This is Tyrell here with Shepherd's Club channel. This is one of our first videos. This one is solely going to be me speaking. I'm at my house now. The scenario that I want to bring to you is this. You're in your bed. It's 2:30, 3 in the morning, middle of the night. You wake up all of a sudden and you think you might have heard something possibly at the back door outside. You're not quite sure, so you just kind of ignore it, go back to bed, and next thing you know, boom! Your back door has been kicked in, your front door has been kicked in. What do you do? That's my question to you. What do you do? If you haven't answered yet, then I'm going to tell you what's going to happen. You're going to die in your bed because you don't have a plan. So I want to talk about today being prepared for this situation. I don't know why necessarily this would happen, if it's just someone wanting to break into your home, if there's going to be like some type of random gun confiscation, or if you're a Christian and it's come to the point where Christians are under persecution and they're coming looking for you, or if I don't know what the situation may be, but the government just may be coming after you or just the people in general and trying to send you off to a FEMA camp for whatever reason at all. Regardless of the situation, regardless as to why it happened, what are you going to do about it? I mean, some of you may think, well, I got lights in my front yard, my backyard, no one's going to sneak up there, or I've got these big dogs in my yard, I've got a fence. That right there, all it is fighting the problem. You're going to tell me as to why it won't happen to you. I didn't ask why this won't happen to you. I'm asking, if this does happen to you, what do you do? I mean, maybe they have suppressed weapons and your dog was shot, or maybe they have somehow killed your lights, or I want to know, once they have penetrated your first line of defense and they actually have broken your home without you knowing, what are you going to do? What's your plan? Are you prepared to deal with it? If you haven't, I want to get you to start talking. I may not give you the best advice, but even if I just get you to wake up and start thinking about it, that's a huge improvement, because a lot of people don't even think about that. Some may say, oh, well, I sleep with a gun right beside my bed. They take a lot of pride in mentioning what kind of gun they have, or I've got this M&P shield, or this Glock 22, or whatever it may be. I sleep with a shotgun inside my bed. Okay, that's great. Well, I'm just curious as to what you're going to do in that situation, because you don't have much time. If someone kicks in your door coming after, depending on how big your house is, how close your bedroom is to the door, you might have between 5 to 10 seconds. It's not a lot of time. The first thing that you need to remember, well, after what you do, is deal with it. It happened, deal with it. I mean, get over it and act quick. I used to coach football, I coached wrestling, I was involved in a lot of sports, and one of my biggest pet peeves is when people blame the officiating. We lost because the official, a bad call that he made, or we lost because of that. Well, you just need to get over that, because regardless of the bad call, it happened, there's nothing you can do about it. Are you just going to pout about it and lose because you decide you want to pout, or are you going to get over it? You got to be better than the bad calls. If the other team takes the ball from you, you make a mistake, are you just going to pout? You're just going to cry and sulk about it? Or are you going to say, the other team just took the ball, I've got to do something about it. Otherwise, I'm going to lose the game. I mean, are you all about it making excuses or feeling sorry for yourself? No, you've got to do something about it. So this has happened, Now deal with it. You're going to hear me on a lot of different channels, or well, this only channel, but a lot of different videos on these channels. You're going to hear this. Deal with it. Because whatever the situation is, it's happened. You can't freeze up now. You don't have time to freeze up. You got to act quick. So, you need to come up with a plan. You need to practice your plan. You need to take turns practicing your plan. But it doesn't matter if you're going to be practicing the plan and then your wife is going to be role-playing as the bad guy. If that's the case, that's fine. Don't take any shortcuts. I mean, get in your bed, get under the covers, because that makes a difference. I mean, that's a few extra precious seconds. Just go all out and actually practice your plan, whatever your plan may be. I mean, it's just like a fire drill. I mean, in schools, we practice fire drills over and over and over, once a month or once or every other month. So, treat this like a fire drill. If you've got kids, get your kids involved. I mean, make it a game. I mean, practice going through windows. I mean, some of you may say, oh, I'm going to sneak out this back window. Have you even crawled through a window before? How long did it take you to cross that window? Did you do it quietly? Can you do it quickly? Practice your plan. I mean, some of you may say that you're going to get up and hurry to lock your door. Well, if they just got in your house door, they kicked that in, they're probably going to be able to kick your bedroom door in as well, even if it's locked. And regardless, your bedroom door should already be locked if you're in your house. Now, I understand if you have little kids, not locking your door. I understand they come in the middle of the night and have bad dreams. I got it. But you should already be sleeping with your bedroom door locked anyway. Just like your house door should be locked. They're bolted, use the long screws. You should already have something in place to at least maximize your time a little bit, even if you're just saving a few seconds. Even if you've just, on your fence post or on your door, you've got bells, and as soon as someone sneaks in, the bells rattle. I mean, whatever you can do to give yourself a heads up, a quicker advantage, do it. I mean, make those provisions. If you have to put in a false door, I know a lot of doors when you open up the house, it leads right into a kitchen or a front room or a hallway. It doesn't go straight next to a bedroom. So put in an extra door, just some type of just obstacle. Now, I'm not talking about put Legos on the floor. You don't want to do that every single night because you don't know when this is going to happen. But whatever it may be, make it take a little bit to get to your bedroom. Make it take a little bit to get to the next room. Once you come up with your plan, test your plan. Practice your plan. And you may test your plan and be like, oh boy, I messed up there, or that's not a good idea. Don't worry. That's a good thing. If you find something wrong with your plan, that's a good thing. You're getting these things worked out. Modify your plan. If you have to do that, modify it. That's great. If you have kids, do a duck and cover drill. Obviously, they most likely are not going to be sleeping in the same room as you. So, if something was to happen, practice with your kids. You yell out a word. I don't know what word you want to use. And your kids know once they hear that word, that means to go underneath the bed, go in the closet, whatever. Practice that. And then a lot of times you'll have a safe word once it's okay for them to get out. You make it a game for them. Get them involved, get them practiced up, so they're not necessarily scared in the situation. They know what to do, and they may not necessarily know what's going on, but they know how to react. One thing that a lot of people will say is, if they don't have a pistol right beside their bed, they sleep with a shotgun beside their bed. Shotgun's good, except for whatever happens, I mean, it sprays. So you better hope that it's not a hostage situation. You better hope that there's not much precision with a shotgun. So me personally, if I'm going to be sleeping with a firearm beside my bed, if it's not a pistol, I would choose a rifle over a shotgun. Shotguns are great for home defense. If you live alone or just with your wife, that's absolutely fine if you want to use a shotgun. But if there might be a hostage situation, you gotta think to yourself, shotgun's not always the best idea. So another thing to keep in mind is hollow point versus Full Metal Jacket. Obviously, Full Metal Jacket, you're most likely going to go through the wall. Even if you hit a person, go through the person to hit a wall, could go into another room, possibly hit another family member. So if you're going to have a certain firearm right beside your bed, preferably have hollow points in it if you can. I know they're a little more expensive, but it's worth it. Also, if you've got people in the next room, rearrange your kids' beds, rearrange people's beds, so if there was an intruder in your doorway and you're shooting at it, your kids' beds are not in the line of fire. Alright, well, this probably wasn't the most perfect video. It may have helped you, it may not. I'm not claiming to be the smartest person, but I'm just here to get you thinking for yourself. I want you to play out a situation in your head that you hadn't really thought of. If you're planning a plan to sneak out and counterattack them, that's great, but throw in provisions to your plan, such as you go out the back door and you're going to come around to the front, and then all of a sudden, oh, there's somebody else waiting in the front door that snuck out there. Now what do? And your family is inside with the other bad guys. So keep throwing out these plans, keep throwing out these scenarios, make it difficult for you, make it tough for you, so you know how to handle all aspects. Alright, thank you.